Okay, y'all, so in this video I'm going to show how I make my own spa wristband and headband sets. I came up with this off the top of my head. I keep seeing these little sets around in different like Ulta and beauty shops, or like beauty supply stores, or just department stores, and I think to myself, wow, those are really cute. My daughter uses her scrunchies to do it, and so I decided I would make some myself, and I kind of just winged it. So I'm gonna show you, or try to show you, how I actually came up with a way to make your own. So here's what you need. You need some scissors, you need a crochet needle, a big one preferably, and some really fluffy yarn. I got this from Michael's craft store, and so you get a really large skein. It's like $9.99, and I just used one of my old hair bows to use for the elastic part to make it stretchy, right? And then I'm just gonna tie the yarn around it to start, and to secure it to the actual hair bow. And I like to crochet. I am a fiber artist. I do all types of art, but fiber art is also one of my favorite things to do. I haven't done it in quite a while. I literally just came up with this off the top of my head. There's no science to it. So what I'm doing here is, if you are into crocheting, you'll know that you usually start with like a chain, but I'm weaving the hair bow into that chain. So I go under the hair bow, hook it, and bring it back around and through the loop, and then I go on the top of the hair bow and just bring it through the loop. Then I go under the hair bow, grab the little yarn piece there and bring it under the hair bow with me, and I just loop it through the hoop where that my yarn is connected to my my needle, and I just keep doing that like back and forth. So I go to the top, hook it, then I go underneath it, bring it under, and hook it. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm probably not doing a good job at that, but this was not necessarily a tutorial anyway. It was more or less just to show you how I have come up with this idea of how to make my own wristbands and headband. So then I just cut it off there and tie a little knot. And again, if you are into knitting or crocheting, you probably kind of got what I was doing there. But if you've never crocheted a day in your life, this is probably not a good tutorial on how to crochet. It's more or less me just making these really cool wristbands. And you can see my daughter's wearing them there and showing you how they work. And they stop the water from dripping down your arms, which is something that I absolutely hate. So of course you can't have the wristbands, right, without the actual headbands. So I said, okay, well, let me go ahead and make a actual set. And I'm showing you my crochet needle there. I think it's a 10mm. So it should be bigger with this yarn, but that's the one I chose to use. And so I got a larger elastic. This is actually some elastic I had from some other projects, and I just tied it together to make a headband out of it. Measured it around my head, of course. So I did the same process with this, guys, and hopefully you can see. This one's probably not a very good example either. And I want to say that, keep in mind that I literally just said, you know what, I want to try it with this type of yarn because this yarn is so soft and it's like really it's just like really, really soft and satisfying. And when I see the ones that they sell in the store, they're usually really soft, and so I wanted to have that same spa feel, that soft, fluffy feel. I thought about sewing, but this is a good no soap type project where you don't have to get the sewing machine out, because I do sew as well. But I felt like using the yarn in this way would be pretty cool, first of all, and then also it was just so freaking soft. So I always see this yarn in the craft store, and I always want to find reasons to use it because of the way it feels, and I'm glad I was able to do that. But I was going to do sew the fabric around the to make it like a scrunchie basically, but I want to do something different, and I couldn't find necessarily a fabric that I really liked that mimicked what they use for the ones that I see in the store. I thought of maybe a really nice rag or cloth or fleece type blanket to use, but for some reason I just like this idea better. And so I tried it, and it turned out to work out really, really great, and it gave me a reason, like I said, to get back into knitting and crocheting, which is something that I absolutely love doing. My grandma taught me how to do it when I was about 7, and I've been able to do it ever since. I just never forgot. So as you can see, I'm finishing up the headband, going all the way around, weaving it under the band, coming up, and then stitching it across the top, just to kind of blend that headband in with the chain of the yarn. And so you can see there, I'm going to tie it together this time because it had 2 loose ends there, so I'm going to tie those into a knot, and we have your headband. Stretchy, and let me know if this is something that you would try, or you think is cute, or should I make more and maybe sell them? I don't know. I was just, giving it a go, and it turned out to work out great. So there's my daughter trying it on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this a like, and go ahead and subscribe to our channel as we share more stuff. See you next time. Bye.